The Akure office of the Department of Petroleum Resources, DPR, covering Ondo and Ekiti states, have tracked 15 petrol stations in Edo State and 14 in Ekiti State selling petrol above the official pump price, auctioned the product at the official rate of 87 naira per litre to customers. The operation, which started in Akure, Ondo State, continued to Ekiti State, where the team of officials of the DPR, led by the operations controller of DPR, Wale Osheni, sealed 2 stations in Ikere and Ado Ekiti.
Caught red-handed, selling above pump price. But what we did was to supervise the sale. And though when we leave the place, information coming back to us is that they referred back to their old methods. And as we speak now, we are in Ekiti State, and you will have seen that stations, as we enter into Ekiti State, Ikere, Ekiti, to be precise, station like Top Crown, Cornell, Alamosa, and all of that station, and the one that we are in now, Energy, they were caught right at the selling above pump price. And what is going on now is that our men are here and they are supervising the sale. We are going to intensify our efforts, and we are going to ensure that we put some people that they might not know to give us information of what they are doing if we leave the place, so that we can go back to them and stiffer penalties shall be applied.
Staying in the southwest, the plans by the Ogun State government to fund its 2016 budget through internally generated revenue by 53.9% has been described as feasible. The State Commissioner for Commerce and Industry, Mr. Bimbola Shiru, says the strategic plan depends on the influx of the private sector. According to him, Ogun State now attracts more investors than ever before and can no longer depend solely on the Federation account for funding.
What was coming in the form of IGR was about 700-something million. But now we hover between 3 and 4 billion. We even got to about 5 billion. But now the focus is on, look at the inflow of industries, look at the development that is coming in. Ogun State is now a choice, it's a destination of choice. So we're looking at least have a run rate of about between 7 and about 9 billion on a monthly basis. With that, it will help in funding our IGR, because we have our IGR there. So we won't depend largely on what is coming from FAC at the federal level. So what we are saying basically is that once you create dense environment for business to thrive, it will bring inflow of. And don't forget the border tax we're talking about too. There's many people living in Ogun State, working in Lagos, and they are paying their taxes in Lagos. Even some people they still work in Oyo State too, in Ibadan. So what we're trying to do is that we want to ensure that this one is being captured properly, because they put pressure on on everything we have, on our roads, on our infrastructure, on everything, because they live in Ogun State, their children school in Ogun State, you use the hospital in Ogun State. So what we're trying to do is that we're trying to focus on this IGR that we come in, what we get in, and we are going to block all the loopholes. I'll give you a good example. When we're looking at the number of businesses, talking about business permit, we found out that what we met on ground was about 5,000 businesses. But when we do the proper enumeration and look at what we need to do, we found out that there are over 25,000 registered business.
From there to education and away from the southwest, there seems to be no end in sight to the crisis rocking the Kwara State University, as 2 factional chairmen of the academic staff unions have emerged, with each claiming to be authentic. While one faction has the backing of the school management, the other has the full support of the national body and is threatening to use legal means to unseat those it describes as puppets of the school management. Take a look.
The Kwara State University, Malete, has been engrossed in some crisis over the planned move of members of the academic staff to unionize. This hasn't gone down well with the school management, which resulted in the suspension of some of them on grounds which the school terms illegal assembly.
You have no permission, you have not received university's permission to occupy this space. And suddenly, some of them were removing their clothes, trying to hit, trying to beat, embarrassing, saying all sorts of things to the chief security officer of the university. So, and when it happened, university didn't even take any action until a report came from the chief security officer that now detailed what happened.
It took the intervention of the state governor to settle the first crisis, and the suspended lecturers were pardoned and the school directed to allow unionism. After the school management announced the commencement of unionism, the Isa Abdurrahim executive emerged.
For the circular that allow all unions activities to start, there was struggle to ensure and to impress on the management to allow us to unionize. So those are the struggles that existed before 4th of January, and consequently, the election that brought me in as the chairman.
The other faction, which had run in battles with the management, however, described the purported election as not recognized.
They can't have a kangaroo congregation and said they have selected us. I am the known and acceptable chairman by the national body of ASU, and the Kwara State University has been given observer status under my leadership, and the evidence of that observer status is shared with me.
This faction has also called on the state government to wade into the matter yet again to prevent the management from turning the school into a theatre of crisis.
Finally, in news across Nigeria, officials of the Adamawa state government have visited the scene of the Monday suicide bombing in Madagali to get some information about the incident. The officials said they were going to return home after the visit to the governor with the complaints from the people of that area of neglect by residents of the community and a plea for order to be restored and security to be maintained. Scenes from the Monday bomb blast in Madagali. That was last year. We hope for a better year as far as security is concerned in the Northeast, and that's what we pray for. I'm Olumide Macaulay. Many thanks for watching this first edition of News Across Nigeria, and have a great new year.